Hello, beautiful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever time frame zone you're watching me. Welcome you guys to tonight's broadcast on the relationship and matters with Esochike. Sorry, disclaimer, don't mind my voice because I have a little cold, but I just decided to film tonight. So my channel is basically on lifestyle, vlogs, teaching tips, hair tips, relationship and matters, and whatsoever that will be beneficial to my viewers. So don't fail to subscribe, hit on the notification icon bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So tonight I brought in a beautiful and a juicy topic which I tagged steps to enjoy your marriage. A lot of people in life, I observe a lot of people saying or in their marriage that marriage is or when you, even if they don't say it, when you foresee a lot of challenges that people go through marriages, you realize that they are not really enjoying marriage. But I'm here to give you the tips on how you can enjoy marriage, because Bible made us understand that marriage is something that is ordained by God and is supposed to be enjoyable and not endurable. So I believe that some of these tips I'm going to share tonight can be a blessing. So help me to share this live broadcast because it can be helpful to any person. It can be helpful to build or to encourage a dying marriage. Okay. So the number one thing there is for you to create a conducive environment. How is your environment look like? You see, sometimes a lot of people they will be saying, maybe sometimes when I listen to some of the teachings of my superior, which is my coach, you see people saying, is the marriage that will eat? Yes. If people, if what she always answer people is that marriage, yes, you have to eat it because marriage is an assignment. If people know that, or maybe know that marriage is an assignment, I don't think it's a healthy question to ask if marriage is what you eat. Yes, it's good for us to be able to seek and go for our ends meet, make provisions, sort for money, but life needs to be balanced. So that's it. You don't need to maybe suffer one side, suffer your marriage in pursuit of money. No, it's an error. So you need to balance your life. So for you to have a smooth, a sweet marriage, how is your environment look like? So that is the number one thing that is to be considered. A smooth environment, a peaceful environment. Because where there is harmony, that means there is peace. So how is the environment? That's the kind of, this kind of tips is what I'm supposed to like open the eyes of my viewers so that you'll be able to spotlight or be able to weigh how your environment is. So it's very, very important for us to create a very conducive environment so that will attract peace and that will make our marriage to be enjoyable. The second tips here is, how is your prayer life? Remember, God is the originator of marriage. We are just the managers, but the originator of marriage is God. So we are just here like representative. So how long have you prayed with your partner? Sometimes when you ask some couples, you will know that they can even tell you that maybe since they're married, or maybe 1 year or 2 years, that they and their partners have not prayed together. So what do you expect? Because if there is a vacuum in communication, if there is a vacuum in your prayer life, that means you have given Satan access to penetrate. So that's what I'm talking about. How is your prayer life? A family that pray together stays together. How is your sex life? That's another point. How often do you and your partner stay together, even in relationship? So having sex together with your partner, praying together helps to bond your marriage. So it's very, very important. So you need to ask yourself that kind of question. If you have not been doing that, this video is for you. Number 3, how steps to enjoy your marriage. How do you encourage each other? How often do you and your partner, because in marriage surely there must be challenges, there must be up and down. So how best do both of you encourage each other when there is crisis, or maybe when the other person is having issues? Do the other one use it as an avenue to bring the person down, or to uplift, or to encourage? What kind of word, encouragement word, what kind of action do you portray into your marriage? What kind of support do you give into your marriage to be able to build each other? So that's another tips again. So please make sure, as you subscribe, as you share this video, make sure that you go through some of all these points. If maybe your marriage is having an issue, or maybe you don't enjoy your marriage, some of these points might be where you're supposed to work on. So number 4 there is, how truthful? Is there any trust in that marriage? How open is you people? How open are you both in that marriage? You see a lot of couples, maybe let me just use an example, maybe in their phone, in their mobile phone, they have code. I'm not saying that it's bad for you people to have like code, but you see some people, they just make it like a restriction that maybe each partner cannot be able to access their phone. What are you hiding? So that's what I'm talking about. So sometimes we free ourselves, we make things so easy, but when you put all these goals, when you hide things, it makes our marriage to suffer. It makes things so difficult. So that openness, I'm just using that code, phone code as an example. So that's it. How open are you people? Because there's couples maybe in savings, or maybe doing things together. How open are you in dealing with each other? How open? So that's very, very important. But you see some people, instead of them to do it, they will just be hiding. What are you hiding? What I always tell people is that even that thing you hide away from your partner. Let me just say, if any of the partner, maybe the man or the woman, is diseased, for example, that thing that you're hiding, that means you're making that your saving available for other people. Do you understand what I mean? So that's why sometimes when you see some people, maybe if they are diseased, what I mean by disease, if maybe any of the parts is dead and maybe there is no openness, you will see one of the partners suffering, because maybe they will not have access to be able to take care of the kids that they left behind. So that's what I'm talking about. Openness is very, very important. That trust, that is what makes our marriage to be enjoyable. When there is truth, even God himself is truth. So that is it. So that God factor is, we have to ignite it into our marriages. So that is it. I'm just using that as a point of contact. You will see some couples when they are going out, or maybe if they have maybe friends, or maybe they have an emergency, instead of them to communicate with their spouse, they will prefer maybe to tell a friend. It's a very big error. They will not ask themselves, if maybe something happened to me, or maybe if I'm going somewhere and something happened to me, and without me maybe telling any of my spouse, either the man or the woman, where I'm going, and something happened, who will you hold responsible? So at the end of the day, it will be like a friend that will pass on the information. It's an error. So that is it. And another thing again, another point again, is balance. I'm not saying that it's good. Even Bible made us to understand that a woman is a helpmate to the man, and the man is the provider. Because any man that cannot be able to provide for the household, Bible tag that kind of person as an infidel, which is important. But it's not for us to be able to chase money in a way that money is supposed to chase us. But you see some people in life, they even make money their God. So this life supposed to be balanced. How balanced is the way you pursue things. Even Bible made us understand that whatever thing that we are doing, we should do it moderately. You're supposed to have time for everything. There is time for everything. Time to worship God, time to go for your work, time to pursue money, time to be there for your family, time to be able to bond into your marriage. There is time for every time for your children to give you people space, time for them to go to school, time for them to have a rest, time for them to have the particular time they go to sleep so that you and your partner can be able to enjoy. So we need to balance all these things. So that is what makes our marriage to be enjoyable, not endurable. Okay. So another point before I end this live broadcast, please help me to share this video because it can be a blessing to any person. Another question I need to ask: what is the last time that you and your partner went for a photo shoot? What is the last time that you and your partner had a massage therapy? What is the last time that you and your partner went for a movie? What is the last time that you and your partner took a walk? What is the last time that you and your partner booked a holiday? So all these things are some of the ingredients, some of the kind of things that we need to do to be able to spice up our marriages. But you see some people, instead of them to be able to apply modern lifestyle or modern tips that can be able to build their marriage, you see them, they will be operating in an old school. You have to make your marriage to be adventurous, make it to be enjoyable. There was a time I went to a walk. I was so happy to meet with one of a friend. She's from one of the African countries, but not Nigeria precisely. She was like talking about how she used to make her home to smell good, like getting all these candle scents, all these kind of dim lights and all those stuff. That makes her home so conducive in a way that to even go out to visit people used to be very, very hard for her. So she was just sharing the tips of how you can be able to get all these scent candles, how you can be even to play soft music, bring dim lights, dress good. Sometimes you just decorate your home. Okay? So when you do some of all these things, make a good dish. Sometimes when you do some of all these things, to even say that maybe you are even going to outside to get things. I'm not saying that it's not bad. Sometimes you can buy those things and come into your house. Your partner can have a nice time. It mustn't be maybe Valentine or maybe birthday or maybe a rare occasion. Every day is supposed to be a blessing day. Every day is supposed to be a Christmas for you and your spouse, because marriage is supposed to be a blessing to our generation. But what do we see today? We see chaos, we see breakup, we see a lot of things that are not in alignment with God, the way God ordained it. So that is why I came as a mouthpiece. That is why I came as a relationship expert by the grace of God. That is why I'm making this video, to be a blessing. I'm here to say, if as far as you do your best and you put some of these tips that I mentioned here, creating a conducive environment, making sure that you communicate in your marriage, pray together, encourage each other in your challenge, maintain trust and be open, balance your life, and know how to be able to balance your life between work and your marriage, and be able to have time to be able to make your marriage to be adventurous. Go for photo shoot, massage, movie, take a walk, do anything that is fun to your marriage. I bet you your marriage will be enjoyable and not unbearable. So help me to subscribe to my channel and hit on the notification icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. I remain your girl Isochak, streaming live from Melbourne, Australia, Victoria. So please don't mind my voice. I just have a little cold, but I always make my videos on the weekend. So I know that this live broadcast will be a blessing. That is why I force myself to do it. Remain blessed. Bye bye.